Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a casual look at Darius Gaiden for the Sega Saturn. Now Darius Gaiden is actually a horizontally scrolling shoot 'em up by Taito. It's a follow-up to the long-standing Darius series, which at this point, by the time this port came out, had been going on for quite some time. Many of you guys that watch my channel will be familiar with the Super Nintendo Darius games, Supernova and Darius Twin, because I've covered them just not too long ago. As many of you guys know, I wasn't really too excited about those games. Now, I like them, but I found them to be kind of average. Darius Gaiden, on the other hand, is just an incredible shoot 'em up. From an artistic standpoint, to just the visuals as a whole, to the soundtrack, to the tight gameplay, to just how well it feels. It's a very, very tight package, and I think one of the best shoot 'em ups from this generation. It is, well, also one of the few shoot 'em ups on the Sega Saturn that actually came out in America. There was only 2 shmups that came out in the US. But even still, when you compare it to the rest of the Japanese shmup library, Darius Gaiden is still an awesome game. It's very good, very polished all around, and just a lot of fun to play. Now, this game is not without its problems, though. It is extremely difficult. Now, super hardcore shoot-'em-up players will be completely fine with that. They love an extreme challenge, and I love an extreme challenge as well. But Darius Gaiden almost goes overboard, in my opinion. But the amount of variety the game has, just the quality of the visuals and the sound and the gameplay, maybe it can get away with that. I feel it can. But I'm not going to go off too far on a tangent like that. Let's go ahead and hit exit and get straight into the game. And yeah, you basically hit start, it loads up, you're thrown straight into the game. You can hold A to fire, and if you press B, you'll unleash your bombs, which your bombs are actually displayed at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. And just like in prior Darius games, I keep saying Darius and Darius. It's I don't know which one it is, to be honest with you, because it's a, well, Japanese origin game, and I don't think that there's ever been a version where they actually say it aloud, so I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. But anyway, as I was saying, you've got your typical Darius power-ups. You've got your red ones that come out, and they actually increase your normal firepower. You've got green ones like you have right here. They actually increase your missiles. In this version of Darius, missiles and your main firepower are actually linked to the exact same button, so you don't have to hit individual buttons to just drop your missiles or shoot your main firepower. Just one button basically does it all, which is nice. I like that. Getting the blue power-ups activates your shield, which you can see I have a green shield right now. And just like in prior Darius games, they are actually denoted at the top of the screen. Your missiles and your shield both have different meters, and every time you grab a power-up, that basically increases. Once you get it up to the, or once you fill it up fully, it increases to the next level. It increases in strength. As far as the shield goes, it'll change color. You've got, I think, silver and gold. I'm not sure if there are any other colors in this version. And you know, that's basically it. That's Darius Gaiden in a nutshell. You can get more bomb power-ups. As I denoted the bomb icons in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, you will get some of those, and I believe those are the very light purple icons you could pick up. They'll give you bombs. You can get other things like point icons, which are silverish, and you can also get screen-clearing sort of power-ups that'll just, once you pick them up, they'll clear the screen entirely right away. And those are, I believe, the sort of gold icons. Now, here's your first boss, really cool looking boss. The visual style on him is just awesome. When he goes into the background, he starts floating around. It's just very well done, and it's just very well done. It holds up very well today, even in 2012. Just the art style and just the use of them is great. Now, just like in prior Darius games, you have multiple stage selections you can go to. At the end of each stage, you can go either basically to the left or the right, or the top or the bottom, and you can basically sort of pick your way through the game. There's a lot of different routes through the game. There's a lot of different final bosses. There's a lot of different bosses throughout the game, and a lot of different locales to visit. I'm talking about this like it's an adventure game or something like that, but basically there's just a lot to do in this game. There's a lot of incentive for replay value. even the people that aren't very good at shoot 'em ups, even the people that are just gonna say, well, credit feed to the best of their ability through the game or use cheat codes to get through the game, even they will still find replay value in this game simply due to, well, basically the length of it. There's just so many different routes you can go. And for the people that really like to perfect their games, well, this is one of those shooters you could be playing for a very, very, very long time. Because again, I'd like to reiterate, this game is insanely difficult. It's just extremely difficult. And you're going to have a hard enough time just perfecting a single route. Now, if you can try to perfect all of them, well, well, good luck with that. And it's going to give you a lot of playtime. This game is huge, and it's great for it. So now, as I was saying, guys, this game is just really tough, and there's actually sort of a constant argument that goes on online. If you hold down the fire button, you'll notice that the firepower is basically automatic. It's automatic. It's just, but it's at a very set rate. It's just coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Now, C also acts as your fire button as well as A. However, if you want to try to fire faster in this game, you can try to mash the fire buttons like that, and you'll actually fire quicker. However, some revisions of the arcade game actually have this auto fire, this super auto fire actually built in, where you can kind of mash like that, and you can actually mimic that by having a turbo controller like I have in my hands right now. Oops. And I'm going to flip up the switch to auto fire, and then fire. Now you'll see my firepower is a lot faster. It's much quicker. And it actually mows down enemies and bosses, well, naturally, a lot quicker. And in some tournament play on this game in the arcade, it's actually accepted to use this method of firepower. And there was actually a recent thread not too long ago on the Shmups forum, shmups.system11.org, where people were just arguing back and forth whether this is a legit form of play or not. And now, I'm not going to say my 2 cents whether it's legit or not, but if you're having an extremely hard time with this game, I would recommend picking up a turbo controller and going to town with auto fire, as you see here. Now, this is actually not the way I prefer to play. I prefer to play the normal way like this. I find the game to be more intense that way, but for players that just aren't particularly decent, that are maybe new to the shoot 'em up genre, I kind of recommend having a turbo controller. I think you'll actually be able to get more enjoyment out of the game because, again, this game is really, really difficult. It's an extremely difficult game, and some of the bosses later on in the game are very challenging. They're huge. This game is known for its epic, like, boss battles. Epic bosses that are really challenging, almost too challenging. They're almost too epic and too involved for their own good. That's just how this game is. And some people, well, won't think of that as a good thing, but I'm getting my ass kicked, so. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up here with that. Again, this is Darius Gaiden for the Sega Saturn. Very cool game. It is a little more expensive today than it used to be. This used to be like a $10 game, well, like a lot of 30 Super Generation games, but it's actually risen in value. It's going to cost you about $20 or $30 for a complete copy if you buy it on the internet. Now, if you find one in the wild and it's like $5, snap it up. It is a fantastic game, and I highly recommend it. So, with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. As usual, I'd like to say thanks for watching, and if you're new to my channel, thanks for subscribing. And I'll be back with some more videos sometime soon. So until then, take it easy, everybody.